Hey guys, it's Connor from Color Studios here, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the 2026 slate of Six Flags season passes now that they are available at all parks, and there's actually a lot of interesting things about the way they decided to do it. For one, this is the first time ever where this explanation will actually kind of count for every single one of these parks, including Cedar Fair and Legacy Six Flags parks. They will all have the same exact passes. There's slight differences between them with certain little things, and we'll go through that, but my main focus is going to be Great Adventures passes, since most of my viewers are based in New Jersey. I'm also going to show off Cedar Points as comparison, as well as Dorney Park, since that is the next closest park to Great Adventure. So first and foremost, obviously there's two types of passes, just like last year, Gold and Prestige, and they're largely the same exact passes that they were for 2025. You get unlimited access to all three parks at Great Adventure, and then at Cedar Point, you get access to both Cedar Point and Cedar Point Shores. Presumably for all parks, you're going to get access to both the amusement park and the water park that's attached to the park. You're also going to get, and this is the big one, access to all 40 plus Six Flags parks. So essentially what that means is during the MVP sale, and as far as I know, this is only during the MVP sale, the Allpark Passport is included automatically with your purchase of a pass. Now, after September 2nd, which is when the MVP sale ends, that is when you're going to have to purchase the Allpark Passport separately, from my understanding. This isn't 100% confirmed. This is just kind of the way I'm able to interpret it, because there hasn't been too much clarity provided. And the same goes for Legacy memberships. I've gotten a lot of questions about those. As of right now, all I know is that Legacy members will essentially be getting an Allpark Passport attached to their membership for free, so that they will be able to access all Six Flags parks going into 2026. I don't know what that means for dining plan, drink plan. I have no idea. I'm really hoping we get the answer before September 2nd so we can decide if a separate pass is necessary, but that's where we stand with that right now. So in addition to all of this, really the only difference between the Gold Pass and Prestige Pass, at least at Great Adventure, is that with Prestige, you're going to get preferred parking, 2 bring your friend tickets, 1 single-use skip every visit, as well as the VIP entrance. When we go to a park like Cedar Point, there's a couple more differences, and that is also that you get access to the VIP lounge at Cedar Point, and then with both passes, you are eligible for 2 pre-K passes. Pre-K passes don't seem to be carrying over to the Legacy Six Flags parks. They seem to be just at some of the Cedar Fair parks, so keep that in mind if you're looking for that. You may want to go through a Cedar Fair park. Going over to Dorney Park, it's set up a little differently here because they only offer the Gold Pass. They don't have the Prestige. So if you are looking to get Prestige, you have to get it from the next closest park. It's also very important to know that whichever park you buy your pass at, you must activate it at that park. So if you buy a Dorney Park Gold Pass and try to activate it at Great Adventure, will not work. You need to visit Dorney Park first. So if you know that you're going to, say, California's Great America before any other Six Flags park, even if that's not your home park, you may want to purchase the pass for that park. That way you'll be able to activate your pass at that park and have no issues. So keep that in mind. That's a very important detail that I know a lot of people sometimes glance over and then wind up having issues with. Now, what's interesting about the difference between the Legacy 6 and Legacy Cedar passes is that 6, they actually have a split between passes and memberships, because Legacy Six Flags has had the membership model for a really long time. Cedar Fair never did, but they've always had the monthly payment plan eligible. Now, this is a very important thing, especially if you're buying from 6. The memberships are actually quite a bit more expensive than if you buy it outright. So that is why I personally recommend you completely avoid memberships. Even if you just look at these prices and do the math, when you multiply both of these numbers by 12 plus add the $20 fee, just assuming that you're getting this for a year, you're paying quite a bit more than if you just get this, because this is valid not only for all of 2026, but also the rest of 2025. So big deal there. Definitely avoid the memberships. Now, obviously, if you couldn't already tell just based on the differences in prices from these ones I've shown you, every single park has different pricing. So I'm not sure why some parks are held in higher value than others. I know for sure that Knott's Berry Farm is the most expensive. Great Adventure is kind of in the middle of the pack. Cedar Point, a little on the higher end with the $100 Gold Pass. Dorney is actually not far off from that with a $95 Gold Pass. I know Magic Mountain is up in the 80s or 90s, maybe even over 100 as well. So just keep that in mind. If you can pick a cheaper park to buy your pass at, just remember, like I said, that you have to visit that park first in order to be able to use your pass. Now, something interesting too are the add-ons that have been implemented. So you can see, just looking at Great Adventures, this is an interesting switch. So you got daily the Flash Pass, and then 2026 all season Fast Lane. So Fastlane is now what they're doing at the Six Flags parks, which I'm very happy about. It's definitely going to take some getting used to for some people, but I think that overall it is a really, really good thing. Now I'm going to look at the 2026 add-ons for the Cedar Fair parks because they are the same for Cedar Fair and Six Flags. So looking at Cedar Point here, you go to Fastlane. This is the price difference for Cedar Point versus Great Adventure. Now, what you can see, this is actually kind of crazy. For all parks versus just Cedar Point, it's only an extra $50. All season Fastlane at Cedar Point is $950. All season Fastlane at all parks is $1,000. Same thing at Great Adventure, except all season Fastlane at Great Adventure way cheaper, only $350. All season Fastlane for all parks is going to be $1,000. So it seems like some of these add-ons are going to keep the same price across all the parks. So even if you do wind up paying less initially for the base pass at one of the other parks, it will eventually catch up because you're going to wind up paying the same price for the add-ons anyway. Looking at some of the other add-ons, if I look at the all-season dining plans, same thing where both chains are going to be exactly the same now. If I go to Cedar Point's home park dining, you have two different options. There's Gold and Prestige. I guess that just links to whichever pass you have. It's weird that they have that distinction. It's $125 for the Gold Pass add-on for just your park, it looks like. Yes, this is only for the home park. This is the Prestige add-on. They're both the exact same price. I don't know why they're separated like that. But if we look at all park dining, and I'll just pick Gold because it doesn't really matter, it's $155, and you get 2 meals per day with a 4-hour interval in between. Keep in mind, though, there are no drinks, snacks, or desserts included. That's a big difference from Six Flags, which for the longest time, they always had snacks included in their meal plan. That is no longer the case with this new slate of passes, which I kind of figured they were going to adapt the Cedar Fair way of doing things. But you can see here, again, max of 2 meals per day, only a 4-hour interval in between. So they are the exact same price at both parks. Like I said, all the add-ons seem to have the same pricing. If I go back to Great Adventure now and show you guys the drink plans, this is something I'm very happy about. Some people may not be, but I'm very happy about it. They now have the Cedar Fair drink cup plan at Six Flags parks, which essentially means you don't need to carry around that stupid souvenir bottle. You can just get paper cups every time you refill. And for only $36.99, that is really, really good. And what's interesting about this too, it's only valid at your home park, or home complex rather, in 2025, and then valid at all parks starting in January of 2026. So keep that in mind, of course, if you're buying it this year. But what that means too is there's no split between one park and all parks. This is just automatically all parks, whereas the other add-ons are all parks or just your park, and you pay more for the all parks. So keep that in mind. And in addition to that, Great Adventure is going to have a couple more add-ons. So you can see here the difference between the add-ons that are offered at the two chains. You have Fun Picks, Fastlane, Drink, and Dining at Cedar. And then over here you have the Season Photo and Video Pass, because they do use a different system at Great Adventure and the other Six Flags parks. It's Pom Vom. And the Haunted Attraction Pass is included with the 2026 add-ons for some reason, but there it is. If you are looking to do all the Fright Fest mazes in 2025 at Great Adventure, it's going to be $75. Keep in mind that is only for Great Adventure. It is not valid at all of the other parks. We don't know what the story is with that here. That's not an option from what I'm seeing, unless, I don't see it here. If we go to Dorney and look at their add-ons, they have even less. It's just the Dining, Drink, Fastlane. There's no option for their photo program at all on here. So as you can see, there's definitely a lot of differences, like little tiny differences, but for the most part they're exactly the same. Really the only reason to get the Prestige Pass over the Gold Pass is going to be if you really like that preferred parking and you like having the VIP access, so to speak. I mean, it is definitely quite a bit more than the Gold Pass. The Gold Pass is going to be perfectly serviceable to most people. I mean, you can pay $80 at Great Adventure, plus obviously the taxes and fees that will come after the fact, to get access to every Six Flags park, which includes Cedar Fair parks. That's pretty nuts to me. It's not showing like the individual breakdowns of like what the pass actually gets you. I'm trying to see like discount percentage or something like that, and I'm not seeing that. I don't know if that means that there isn't a discount for pass holders on like purchases for food or merchandise, because in the past that's always been the case at both Cedar Fair and Six Flags parks. But even at Cedar Point here, not seeing that. So I'm imagining that's going to come later on, or maybe if you purchase it, you'll find out. I personally don't know. I have not purchased during the sale because I'm waiting to find out what's going on with Legacy memberships, because I'm hoping that Legacy memberships will be able to have the same meal plan like this one that you can have at all the parks and the same drink plan that you can have at all the parks, but I digress. We'll have to wait and find out what happens with that later on. But with all that, that is going to do it for this explanation of the 2026 season passes for Six Flags parks. Definitely feels like a little more simple compared to years past where there's been a whole bunch of crazy things. This year they kept it very simple and very, very affordable. It almost feels like they're giving away the gate with how low these prices are. Obviously, this is going to change a little bit after the MVP sale ends, which is currently set to be on September 2nd. So I highly recommend getting your passes before then. That way you get access to all the parks, you get the Allpark Passport included, plus getting these great prices because these are super, super cheap. But if you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.